Hello, everybody, and welcome today to another afternoon session of Meet Momo Code finalist Donard Golaj. Hi, Donard. How are you doing?
Hi, Susan. Hi, Susan.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello. Thank you for having me. It's a
Nice to
pleasure.
have you. Nice to have you on the show this afternoon. I want to thank our attendees who are listening to Donald's presentation today. Really nice to have you on the show. Let's kick off with our first question. So, Donald, if you could let me know, brief introduction about who you are, where you're from, your tech stack, and your tech journey prior to starting the JUUBIX Global TechSprint Leadership Program. Over to you, Donald.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Susan. I want to congratulate you about this live sessions. It has been so great until now, and it will go on. So, good job, and thank you for calling me.
Thank you.
So, I am Donard Golaj. I come from Kosovo. Kosovo is a small country in the middle of Balkan, so we are Albanians. I don't come from a tech background because I started in 2020 to be 2021 to be correct. I was a bartender for nearly 7 years. I did some other jobs, but the most time that I worked was as bartender. To be honest, I never thought about that I'm going to be a programmer, but I started dealing with drop shipping. This is the first time that I started to go that I started to deal with websites, and I started to learn step by step. First, I was going to be focused in digital marketing because, of course, you can't do sales without marketing. And I was seeing that I'm being good at it, but I needed trainings or any boot camp or any school for it. So I changed my city because I live in Jakova, which is a small city that has just 100,000 people. So I moved to capital of Kosovo because, of course, there are a lot of more opportunities. But in the meantime, I was living with my cousin, and he was a programmer, and he was saying, Donald, why don't you try basic HTML and CSS for the start? And let's see how it will go. If you will start learning, you can continue it. So yeah, I started. Then I left digital marketing and I started that. In the meantime, I was working in the bar, but pandemic happened. In fact, pandemic happened. In the meantime, before I was learning. So when pandemic happened, everything was closed. When we get back to work, they were closing bars at 6, 7. So I was having a lot of free times. The night I was free every night, and it was curfew, right? When you can't go out. So in that time, I found a course. It was 1 month course and 1 month practice. Then after that, I was e-learning, self-learning by myself. Then I found a week intensive training about web development. There I found about Microverse. I finished Microverse. Microverse is a professional school. So I was just having basic knowledge, and after that, you found me. I continued JUUBIX. After JUUBIX, I got a job. Now I work as a junior front-end engineer with the intention to go full stack. In fact, I am a full stack, but with another technology. So now I'm working as front-end engineer, but with an intention to go full stack. My tech stack is I work with React, but I learned Ruby on Rails and PostgreSQL too at JavaScript at Microverse. But I'm not anymore using Rails because I'm focused in React and I want to start learning Node.js now. So I will go React and Node.js. So yeah, I want more little in details, but this is pretty much I got everything from something until now.
Fantastic. I don't know. It seems like you've had such a journey. So I actually want to go back a step. So in terms of your family, was there any influence in terms of your family, your background? I know you touched about your cousin, kind of introducing you into HTML and all, technologies as like. But what other influence did you have, like growing up, or your family, your history? What other influences did you have?
My influence about that this journey that I started programming, right?
Yeah, to influence you to start,
Yeah,
going into
yeah.
it.
Okay, so I'm gonna start from my cousin. I started from him. He pushed me somehow to go to start learning programming and everything. Then when another friend of mine that he was a programmer too, when he learned about me, right now he's a senior and he's really good at it. And he was kind of the one that my cousin, and he was the first pushes of me to push me in the programming. But after being accepted at Microverse, I was living in Pristina, and I needed time. I needed, because Microverse is like a job. Yeah, you need to be in front of a or your laptop or your computer 8 to 10 hours per day if you want to succeed in it. So I was still living in Pristina. So if I wanted to live there and continue there, I would need to work, or I would need to get a loan and to stay there. I was, of course, seeing all the chances that I could choose, but the best way was, after, of course, talking with my family and everything, we got an arrangement. So my parents said, "Get back home. You don't need to pay anything. You don't need to do anything. Just finish it. Come home, stay home. You will have where to sleep. You will have food, everything. We're gonna support you with everything. Just finish it." So yeah, I got back. I got back home. I got back in 5th July 2021. In fact, with 4th July 2021. Then after making this arrangement, I'm saying in quotes, with my family, because family will support you no matter what. That's a fact. My friends too. When I was talking with them, they were saying, "Just get back. Do not worry. Even if you when you want to do something, go out. We're gonna support you and everything." So yeah, I'm really thankful that I have this big support, because pretty much if I wouldn't have this, I wouldn't be done this fast, and I wouldn't be. Of course, I was not calm, because I always worked, and after some time without working and not having anything, but yeah, but all the support, everything I got, I finished Microverse in 7 months, then 3 months and a half about the leadership training, and I got a job in 10 months and 30 in 10 months and a half. So pretty much everything, every part did the job, and we are here now talking about this
Yeah,
thing.
I love the way you touched on your family and what level of support they gave you and how important it was to you. So it just shows, obviously with that support you were able to be more successful, faster, right? So that's really nice to know that your family were really, rooting for your success, and supporting you in that way. Also, I remember you saying that there was a part when you was in Microverse, and you had an injury or something, or you couldn't walk. I think you referred to that sometime. Can we touch on that if you don't mind? Obviously, I know it's quite personal.
No, totally. That's if somebody can, when somebody is hearing, I would still suggest to take this as motivation, because I'm using a sentence: if Donard did it, you can do it too. Or if you will start doubting in yourself and everything, just say Donard did it. So Donard did it. He came from a fully extrovert person, came in this room, staying all the time inside without seeing people. I just need people. So yeah, I had to do an operation. I think it was in November, as I recall, or October 2021, or maybe, yeah, I guess it was October. So I had to do an operation in the end of the back. So I couldn't. It was not something big, but the healing process was really long. So I couldn't sit for a month and a half, nearly 2 months. In fact, I had to eat in bed. I worked in bed. So I didn't stop any day, because in Microverse we had deadline every Saturday. So I did the operation on Friday. I had to stay that night in the hospital. but I didn't stay. I went off at the night because I had the deadline on Saturday. And I was even said, before going to operation, I said to my doctor, "Doctor, do I need really to stay tonight?" He said, "Yes, of course, you need to stay here, and you're gonna take the whole week off." I said, "Doctor, I have deadline tomorrow, so I need to go home. And for next week, I'm just gonna continue working." He said, "No, no, no, no." I said, "Okay." So after I did the operation, I stayed the whole day. I did the operation in the morning. I get back. I think it was 9 or 10 p.m. on the night. I got back at my home, not at my apartment. So it's not far from the hospital, and this is why I got. It's just 5 minutes for, and if something would happen, I would immediately go there. But I come back, and I got done on Saturday with everything that I left, and I finished Ruby. I finished Rails. I nearly finished Rails without any week repeated and everything, and in bed without sitting at all. And that was amazing. And I guess it was.
I mean, it just goes to a testament to your character, about your determination, your drive, your resilience. These are really important factors, even being a leader, right? You need to be resilient because you there's so many things that might come, every day, right? That you have to be able to juggle, or you have to be able to problem solve, etc. So, these things that you're talking about, they actually go to, not just a testament of your character, but also how determined you are to push forward. I really love that inspiring story that you just told, because a lot of people will be out there, they might have a sickness or a disability that they're dealing with, but they can see that and be inspired by you that they can make it, they can succeed. So it's really, really inspiring. Thank you for that, Donald.
Thank you.
Let's go into our next question for this afternoon. So our next question is, what made you choose to participate in the GTLP? Like, why did you make that choice in the first place?
I guess I was really happy when you reached out to me because I didn't have experience at all, and a programmer, because still microverse is practice. It's not it's a school, but it's 90% practice. But still, by the end of the day, when you go to interviews and everything, people will ask you about, the interviewer will ask you about the experience.
Mm-hmm.
I was really happy when you reached out to me, and you were on time because you reached out the last week that I graduated. If you remember correctly, I said, "Susan, I can't join you this week. I will come next week."
Yes.
Because I was dealing with the final capstone. I was excited. I was happy. And then we started. And after 2 weeks, I guess, or 3 weeks, I got chosen as lead of front end from my team. That was not anonymous, but directly from my team. I think, no, it was anonymous the first time.
Yes, it was anonymous. So you're actually going into my next question, which is great. I was going to ask you what areas, in JUUBIX did you cover? So I remember, I think after 3 weeks, we made an anonymous selection. So the whole team basically had to give me their 3 top people that they feel that should be leaders. So obviously the first one would be the one that would be chosen. So everyone sent me their names to my WhatsApp. So no one actually knew, who was getting chosen until I, declared it on call. And I think everyone was quite excited because there was a numerous amount of votes for yourself, and I think it was LB at the time. So it was really interesting, to even see that element of JUUBIX as well, where people were able to vote, for their next leader. So how did you feel about that? We can now start touching on your leadership experience and as well, obviously, your front end development experience as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. So I was non-experienced. So, and being lead of 10 people, it was stressful, of course, because I didn't know exactly things, how everything should go. I was learning code, learning leadership in the same time, and I was leading them. But of course, I had Elby, I had Amin, Ricky, Caleb. Of course, I was not getting scared because we were a team of leads that we were working together in the same time, and of course the team was supporting us all the time. But I learned a lot, and Even the presentations that I had to do before the mentors, the people that I met, it's really great. The way I'm talking right now, without this confidence and without stopping and everything, is from that, because I had US mentor, I had presentation 2 times per week, and each time I was making mistakes, of course, because we are humans. Even now I'm doing mistakes, but everything will time to time we'll see ourselves, or you see something to me, Donald, you did this wrong. I say, okay, Susan, thank you, I'll fix that. Sorry. So yeah, I think I learned a lot about leadership thing, and not me, but all of us, because everybody came, it was more shy or more less talking or something. But yeah, we saw that all of us progressed a lot. We are not scared anymore from live sessions or talking with the new people or presenting somebody else. No, I just can get in the meeting. What should I do? I should present. Okay, just give me what should I present, and I'll present it. So yeah, I'm really glad that I was part of that, and I totally learned a lot. And you can easily see that it's not, or people who knew me before, or even people who knew me when I started Microverse, even the new students that came now in the new batch, Susan, uh, one of them said to me when I did the presentation on the first day, so Donald, you progressed a lot. You even your English is better now, because in beginning you start, and we knew each other from the start. You knew in beginning you stuck in English, you were talking less, not less, but doing mistakes. You progressed a lot, and even the way you talk and everything, I was okay. Thank you. I worked toward this, and I'm really proud for myself what I left in 2022. And yeah, I don't have anything to say about this anymore. But thanks for being part of that.
Amazing. So while you were, participating in the GTLP, what resources were you provided? So, were you provided mentors? Did you work with the cloud? What resources were you provided when you were working? I know obviously you had your main team, your core team, but externally from that, what, resources were you provided to work with?
Okay, so first, of course, was the introduction. So I'll go step by step how it went, everything. So yeah, beginning we were doing introductions and everything. We were meeting each other. So pretty much, some people were knowing each other, but sometimes none of them were known, because we were some for Microverse. We could work in any project. So okay, first we would start introduction and everything. Then when we'll learn about the program and the code itself, we will start having some mentors in our meetings. So sometimes it was 2 times per week, sometimes 1 time per week. Sometimes we were having one mentor, sometimes three mentors, and each of them were some of them were senior programmers that had more than 20 years experience. Some people were that having companies that works with data for a long time. All of them were, how can you say, veterans in the technology field industry. And I'm really glad that I met them, because it was different for me to talk with a person that knows everything really bad, such as industry, such as the techno industry, as metaverse, let's say, NFTs and everything that we have to deal with. And after that, I'm really glad that I had the chance to have meetings with cloud advisor, for example, from AWS. We had people from Microsoft, we had people from Azure, and this is why maybe that pushed me and motivated me to do, because I was having meetings with people that I couldn't even think that I will have that meetings with them, because even if you work in a company, you still there are other people that will deal with that, not you in that case. But I was really happy for that I could meet them and talk with them directly to figure out a solution about how to deploy, let's say, or how we're gonna host our app and everything. But yeah, for this, I'm really glad that I am part of this, and I'm really happy, and I'm gonna just continue being part of it until the end. So yeah.
Amazing. I was going to say to you as well, like in terms of actually the JUUBIX products, were there any Web3, elements, blockchain elements that you actually worked in the product, like touched on while working in the GTLP?
About blockchains, you
Yeah,
mean?
so like about blockchain, NFT, AI. Was there anything that you kind of touched on in terms of
Yeah, we were trying. Should I explain about NFTs, what we did, or
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
okay? So about the NFTs, we have some skills. We have some skills in the app that each user is gonna have through the onboarding when a user is gonna sign up and create his profile. So we're gonna have some skills that each of them is gonna have an NFT, and this is how we touched NFTs in our project. And about cryptos, we have the payment, how it's going to be when you're going to invest in a company or invest in an idea of a talent, let's say. The way how we're going to pay is going to be beside cryptos, and we integrated some wallets to make it easier for the user. So it's not going to be only one wallet, but it's going to be three, four, maybe more in the future. Not maybe, but yes, they're going to be more. But yeah, we have integrated crypto pays. You can pay with cryptos, and you're going to have NFTs in our app.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Donald. Let's go to my next question. So my next question is, do you feel that the GTLP was inclusive and diverse? And if so, why?
Yes, of course it was. Let's say that the team. I'm just gonna get an example of the team right now. I guess from now in the team, nobody's from the same country, right? Everybody is from different
Yes,
parts of the
exactly.
world.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the most amazing thing, even because it's a team. They're collaborating together, but none of them is in the same place, and everything is remote, of course. But everybody is from like different parts of Europe, different parts of Africa, Asia, everywhere. So uh, that is the beauty of that. And when you work with people from different cultures and everything, you learn a lot. You judge less, of course, how you get it. But when you start learning a lot about the other countries and everything, you're gonna start not complaining. I don't complain more anymore because I met a lot of people from every part of the world, and I choose to not complain anymore because I was learning about how other things or other people are living and everything. So yeah, GTLP has made together people just like our logo is. Uh, our team is connected by each country. Let's say somebody is here, and yeah, that's totally true what you said.
Amazing. And I know you worked really well with the females. Because I know at one point, I think you were the lead of all female team. So how did you find that, Donald? I think you called them
What
the Powerpuff Women.
the power woman? No, I don't know. I'm too friendly, I guess. And for them, it's not hard to communicate with me, and they do. I can't. I just think that they could see that I don't judge or do anything. Just I'm friendly and I'm positive, and this is why maybe. But yeah, we worked together, and Power Woman was the style, was the backup of the style and details of everything because they could see it differently. So they were responsible about details and everything about the style and everything. But yeah, I'm really glad that I could have. I met a lot of people. One of my best friends, let's say now, it's from the program. But yeah, we still
Me?
connect. Yes, totally. Of course, you're my best friend mentor,
Yeah,
and you know that.
yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, let's go to our next question. So the next question is like, what do you think of the JUUBIX solution? So obviously were part of actually, creating it. Like, what do you think of the JUUBIX solution? What do you think it could do globally in the world?
Susan, I am part of this for how long it has been now? A year. Exactly a year. Now in February is going to be a year that we met each other. And the solution is a solution that is gonna save time, is gonna make everything, not everything, is gonna make this the problem that we're trying to fix easier. And how easier it's just gonna be, you just have to sign up, fill your profile, and if you want to invest in something, you're gonna find that to invest beside your interest and skills that you're gonna have. So yeah, I think it's gonna make an impact, and you just need to move on and do it and finish it. And I'm pretty much just gonna fill what we are trying to fill.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Donald. So yeah, let's go into our next question. So, what have you been involved in since completing the JUUBIX GTLP? So I know you touched on it. You know, you got a job. I mean, what was the process like? So I remember that process in between you getting the job and not having a job. And I remember we kept saying, "Don't worry, you know, Donald is going to be okay." And you know, you were like, "Okay, Susan, I believe." You know, and you finally got a job. Like, how was the process after you left the JUUBIX GTLP?
I was applying and applying and applying. In the meantime, even of course, I was following the program, and I was in the model of job searching at Microverse, and following in the meantime the program and working towards the goal that we had.
Mm-hmm.
So I applied to nearly 150 companies, or more than 150 companies, because we were keeping tracks of that, because Microverse made I just do it. So yeah, in the end, I was desperate. If you remember it, I was starting to feel desperate because they were asking experience, 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 and I wanted to fill that, of course. So what I did a status in the LinkedIn. I wrote a long status about this topic, that companies, I'm passing interviews, but by the end they are saying we need experience and everything. So I made a status about it, and in one of the, I got, I guess, 3 interviews from that status, but one of them was the interview that I had to pass. Beside that call, I had to pass 4 another steps, and now I'm working for Masterwiser, and I'm really glad because it's an international company and it's a really big company, and I progressed a lot. You know that you know that, and don't let me lie. I don't lie, but let's say that.
Don't be shy, Donald. You know, you're a leader now. You know, show your skills.
No,
You know,
shy. That word shy doesn't exist. Never existed in me.
I
So,
love that. I love that. I love that.
but
I
yeah,
was gonna say I wanted to touch on your experience. Obviously, you know, you've had some great opportunities, you know, of recent. So I wanted to touch on those experiences that you've had as well.
about, sorry.
So I think you were involved in your local television program
Yeah.
as
Oh
well
yeah. I
as
was
obviously you've
now first.
no, go ahead.
Uh, first I was called. First I was called in the webinar with the director of Microverse. It happens sometimes with alumni from Microverse. So I was called one of them because I finished on time everything, and I'm their success somehow. Of course, I'm their success because, of course, my success is mine. But in the end, even that, of course, it's their program. So yeah, I was in the webinar with Ariel, who is the director of Microverse. We had to talk about my journey through Microverse. Then I was called from a local television from in Pristina. It's of my country. I was in the morning show. Then I last week, I guess. Yeah, last week I hosted for the first time an event from Microverse 2. This was 2, but I had to talk about the imposter syndrome, self doubt, and everything. I guess I can be the main fact, I guess, about the self doubt and everything. So I could talk about it, and I'm really glad that I had those people in my meet, and they were so active in the chat, and I guess I motivated them a little bit. Now I got a call, but I don't know when I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be again in the morning show in my city now, not locally, but it's gonna be a morning show, like a radio show. It's something like that with headsets and everything. But I still haven't know the date or anything. But I just talked with them. They asked me if I want to go or anything. But yeah, I guess I will go.
I love that. The momentum is just picking up for you every day, Donald. I mean, how is it feeling? I mean, do you feel pretty cool? Like,
yeah, but at the same time, I feel proud. I feel
yeah, of
really proud.
course.
Yeah, I feel really proud because when I think what I was where I was 2 years ago, it's not that it's bad, but it's not for me. That life it was not for me. And when I say that I was working in a bar, I was not happy because people like to do that job, let's say, but I didn't like it. I hate it. I hate it with the full with full of my word. How can I say this? I'm just translating, I guess, directly from Albania. But I was not happy. I was being nervous all the time, and now I'm quiet. I'm doing what I like, I want, and what I choose. Not that I'm doing something from that I have to work, but I choose this. I'm really happy, and yeah, I'm proud of myself, Susan. So you have to be proud too of me.
I am. I am proud of you. I am proud of you. I'm extremely proud of all your achievements, actually. I think, like you said, when, the Donald I met, last February to the Donald I know now, you know, I think, you've excelled. I mean, you've not just grown in terms of your character, but you've also grown in terms of your opportunities. So, it's really a testament to you. So well done for that. Well done. I hope you're very proud as well.
Thanks
And I'm
a
sure
lot.
your family, that investment they made initially
Yeah,
is now paying off.
yeah,
So
yeah. I think the world is going down, but Donut is. This
yes,
is bad to
exactly.
say, but for me, I don't know. Pandemic was bad. I even lost my grandma in pandemic. So,
Oh, sorry to hear that.
but in the meantime, I won a lot from pandemic, a lot, because I used that. I used the time, and I've step by step, and here we are now.
Fantastic. So I'm experiencing some noise in my background, so my apologies for that. There's some work going on outside my home. Yeah, so that leads me into my next question, Donald. So my next question is, what if there was any insights or advice that you were going to give to up and inspiring software developers, what advice would you give them? Like if they were, the Donald for last February, what would be your advice going through the journey now? What would be your advice to those new aspiring developers?
What I would say, uh, some days is gonna be better. Some days is gonna be bad. Of course, it depends how you are in the mood. I'm talking about the process of learning, of course. Sometimes you're gonna know. Sometimes you're gonna say, "Wow, I'm a god." Some days you're gonna say, "I don't know anything." And can, if you will see yourself that each day you are learning, but each day you are knowing less, that is, I guess, that was the most important thing. And this is how you're gonna start learning for sure. For sure, because let's say you're gonna start working, you start from style. Let's say you're gonna move to functions, integrations, and everything. So each task is gonna become harder than the other. You start with base knowledge. Let's say you just started the first work. I'm saying like me. Each task is gonna become harder. It's gonna be hard for you, but don't say no. Don't say I can't do it. Don't do that, never. Of course, if it is too big and everything, but let's say at Microverse, you're gonna have your at school or Microverse, you're gonna have your partners, you're gonna have your team that is gonna support you. In your job, you're gonna have your leads, your team again. Everybody will support you. Just ask for help and be honest. I don't know to do this, but I want to learn it. It's a hard task. My lead said to me, he said, my lead in my job. I was talking one day with him and he said, Donald, what I like about you is because you still haven't said to me no about tasks. And I know that you don't know that. I know that you can do it because I know how much you know. But what I like to you is because you don't say no. And when you don't know, you come to say, please, can you help me with this because I don't understand it. So I guess don't stop, work towards that. Never say I know because you don't. You will never know. You will always have things to learn, especially in code. Everything is changing every day, so you will never learn. Say I know, but I don't. Learn again. This is how you're gonna progress. And use chances. Use chances as much as you can. Let's say if I didn't use because I learned a lot. But if I didn't say yes to Susan, I wouldn't get a job for sure because I learned a lot here. And when I got in the interview, let's say the last interview, I had 2 meetings before that. One was with my coach, one with Susan and Elbe. That when I got in the interview, let's say I was a soldier, as prepared as I was, strong as rock, because I had 2 really strong meetings before that. It was just 1 hour, I guess, before that. Yeah, five with coach, 6 with you and Elbe, if you remember. Yes, you do remember. 6, it was the last meeting with my director now. But yeah, I got scared. Of course, everybody gets scared when you know that you are there, nearly there, but still you are not there. But yeah, use chances as much as you can. Don't say, even if it is voluntary, without payment, nothing at all. Just use everything that you can, and in 1 year, 2 years, everything will change, and you'll see. You're gonna say, "Wow, what I have done."
Fantastic. Thank you, Donna. That leads us into our nice last question for this afternoon. So our last question for this afternoon is, do you see yourself as a future leader? And if so, why?
Yeah, Susan, of course. This sounds to say it to yourself like selfish, but yeah, I see myself as leader because I tried it. And I guess you were my lead, let's say, and you were in contact with other members as well, and you know exactly how they were feeling about me and how I was behaving with them. So yeah, I guess I have this. I think I have, and of course I'm working towards that, and it's a long journey. But I think I have what it has to be needed to be a leader. Not that I know how to lead, because if you don't have your team to support you, you're not a leader. I think like that. Because without your team, you can't be the exact leader. If you don't support your team and everything, you will pass in another terms of leader. But being a lead, I guess your team makes you a lead. And if you know how to deal and talk with them and support them and everything, you will not be their leader. You will be your leader, and you will call yourself a leader without being their leader, if you know what I say, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I will be I will be a leader of, at least right now. I was as a training, as a program, but in the meantime, let's hope faster as soon as possible. But right now I need experience more in code, so I will learn more. I need to learn more about everything. But in the meantime, we are facilitating together, and that's kind of part of a leading, I guess. But we are now, you raise some leaders, now we are raising some new leaders together, and
That's right. That's right. That's
I'm
right.
really proud of that. And yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I just want to, express my, thanks to you, Donald. I think you've been an amazing candidate, and obviously, one of our finalists. And I just think that, yeah, you've shown a lot of contribution, a lot of commitment, and with you showing that commitment has also helped others, to remain committed. So really appreciate that. And yeah, we're friends, right? We're like buddies. But apart from that as well, we still are very professional. We we are able to, conduct things in a very professional manner. So I really appreciate that, Donald.
Thanks a lot, Susan.
And yeah, just before we close, any last remarks, like a quote, anything that you would like to, just leave our audience with today? Is there any last remarks you'd like to?
I'm still gonna use that. If Donald did it from bartending, everybody can do it. Yes, everybody can do it, but it depends on you if you want to work towards that and what you want to do. So from bartending to coding, it's a big difference. From staying with people to a room alone, it's a big difference. From being a fully extrovert to being an introvert. I'm not being an introvert, but I'm playing that role of introvert because I'm inside. I'm not really going out. I'm just going once a week or something. So yeah, if Donald did it, you can do it too. So this is my.
I love that. If Donald did it, you can do it. Nike might have to.
I'm just taking myself an example. I think it's enough for now, but let's see how we're gonna change with quotes day after day. So let's see.
Absolutely. I think even Nike, they should endorse Donald. Donald did it. The Nike tick. Donald did it. Yeah. So that would be great. Yeah. So thank you so much, Donald, for taking time out of your afternoon to come and share your experience with our audience today. We really appreciate your time and contribution. And thank you to our audience and our attendees for listening to Donald. Obviously, this will be on LinkedIn as well as YouTube and Facebook for you to be able to maybe listen at a time which is more appropriate for yourselves. Our next candidate is Amin. He's up next, so please look out. We'll be speaking to him in the next 15 minutes, so please listen out for his experience. But thank you once again, Donald. Really appreciate you coming on board, and thank you to all of our attendees. Thank you so much. Take care, everybody.
Thank you, Susan, for having me.
Thank you, everybody. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.